Hello students, welcome back. Today we are going to see iteration through loops. The iteration statements allow a set of instructions to be performed repeatedly until a certain condition is fulfilled. Iteration statements are also called loop or looping statements. Java provides three kinds of loops. The first one is for loop, second one is while loop, and the third is do while loop. In this session, we are going to see a simple for loop. Let us create a program. Every loop has its elements that control its execution. Generally, loop has four elements. First one is initialization and control variable. The next one is test condition. The third one is body of the loop, and we can say the fourth one is step value. Let us have a variable called I, int I. So we are going to see here for loop. So for loop, as I told, we have four things. First one is initialization. So initializing the variable which is given here as I. I is equal to, will take as 1. So we have initialized this. So then we will give a semicolon here, and then the next one here is the test condition. Let us have I is lesser than or equal to 10. So it will check for the test condition every time. So what is that next one is the step value here, whether we are going to increment or decrement. So already we learnt about increment and decrement in the previous tutorial. Let us have here just increment because it is from 1 to 10. So I plus plus. Then we close this. See, only in the for loop all three things come in a single statement. We initialize, we give the test condition, and then we give the step value here. It may be plus plus I or I plus plus. Both the way it can be. So the next main thing we have here is body of the loop. So any statement which we give inside this loop going to be executed as many times as the loop condition get fulfilled. Let us just print the values. System dot out dot print line of. Here we are going to print just I. Let us print only I. So what happens here? In the beginning, I is equal to 1. It checks whether the condition get fulfilled or not. So I is lesser than 10. That is true. So what happens? It is going to print I. And then the next is it is going to increment by 1. So I becomes 2. Test the condition, and then still it is true. So again it is going to print 2. Then again it increments. It becomes 3. Again it checks. It is true. It is lesser than 10, and then it prints. So like that it will keep on doing until it is lesser than or equal to 10. So when it is lesser than or equal to 10, it is going to print, and then when it increments, it becomes 11 at last. When it checks the condition, 11 is false, so automatically it comes out of this loop, so nothing else is there, so automatically the program gets stopped. Let us compile this. Now this is going to print 1 to 10 in next lines. So you can see that 1 to 10 it has printed. In case if you need that numbers in reverse, so this I to be printed in reverse, what you are going to do? It is very simple. So you are going to initialize as 10 here. So I becomes 10, and then the condition is there, so it is going to be greater than or equal to 1, isn't it? So when it is going to print, it will keep on subtracting 1 by 1 from 10 until 1. So we can change here, which is, and then it is not I plus plus. See here, it is from bigger number to smaller number, it is going to decrement, so we can say here decrement. So let us try this. So you can see 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let me tell one more thing in this. See, it will work until 1, but it will run also one more time, which becomes 0, and then test the condition, which is false. At last the number stored in I is 0 only, but the test expression is false here, so it stops. So when it stops, it will come out of the loop, right? So let us give the printing statement here. Let us print the last value of I. So the last value of I, if we print, what is going to be? 0. So 0 also will get printed. This is for your reference. Compile this. So you can see 10 to 1, the condition is fulfilled. Then it comes out of the loop, and then the previously stored value, which is 0, also printed. Students, I'll give some tips for you. See, when you want to initialize, whether you want to smaller to big or big to small, first you have to decide it. After deciding, you will have the number as you need. Here we have given 10, and then we are going in decrement, so that is bigger to small. So do not forget to give greater than or equal to when it is big to small. So until that greater than or equal to that number it is going to do. Otherwise even you can give greater than 0 also you can give, so which is 1. The 0 is not going to be executed. And then if it is greater to smaller, then you must have here minus minus. Okay, if it is small to big, automatically you will have here small, and then here bigger one, then bigger one is lesser than or equal to lesser than you have to give. Then here it should be plus plus. So here sometimes the matching doesn't work. What happens? It becomes unconditionally running, or it never runs. that means you won't get output. So these three things you have to see very seriously, then it is going to work perfectly. I hope today you understood how to use for loop in a program. Let us have many sessions for for loop so that I can take you to the higher level of using for loop, that is even nested for loop. So let us meet again in next session. Until then, thank you students. Keep watching my videos and subscribe.